Hey, what's up, everybody? Justin Ochoa back with another episode of the Gym Sessions podcast. Today, I'm joined by my friend, DeMari Davis. Now, DeMari is not only a friend, he's actually a former athlete of mine that worked with me during his basketball career. And he has since moved on to a new career, finding success off the court as a model and as a musician. Now, DeMari has a great backstory. We get into his JUCO experience, we get into his college experience, we talk about his season of professional basketball, and then we transition into what he's doing now. And he's having a lot of success in the world of modeling. He's having a lot of success with his rap career. And it's just great to get the inside scoop on kind of how he was able to maneuver this journey, how he was able to turn his passion outside of basketball into a career. DeMari has modeled for Foot Locker, Finish Line, American Crew hair care products, Rockstar jeans. He's finding a lot of success. He's opened up shows for Benny the Butcher. He has booked South by Southwest, Phoenix Rap Festival, all kinds of great exposure events for him to continue to find momentum in his music career. And like I said, I just could not be more proud of this guy, and can't wait to see how he continues to ride this wave and what he turns this career into, both in modeling and the music. So, again, DeMari Davis is our guest today. I lost track. I think this is episode 20 now. I can't wait for you guys to dive in. Make sure you show love, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the show, my man, DeMari Davis. How's it going, man?
It's great, bro. Can't complain at all.
Awesome, man. So we're gonna jump in, get right to it, get into your background, get into some of the stops that you've had along your journey, talk about what you're doing now. But before we get into all that, I just want to give you kind of open stage to tell us who you are, what you do, and kind of give us your backstory.
All right. DeMari Davis, Mari, if you know me from music. Just ex-athlete technically. But if somebody want to pay me some money to go play for their team,
Yeah.
let me know. but yeah, so I make music. I'm also a model as well. And yeah, that's about it, man.
That's what's up, man. So I think we take them back to the original, like how we met, dude. It's been crazy. It's been what, like, shoot, 5 years, six
Five
years.
years, like 5 years now. Yeah, bro.
It's crazy how time just flies, man. Like, it's been that long, and I feel like I've seen you go through, your progression as a hooper, making it to the pro level, like you said, pivoting into modeling, making music, stuff like that. But I just remember that first time you came in. I think it was with
B Lee.
Brandon. He had brought,
Yeah,
yeah, B Lee had
yeah,
brought you in.
yeah.
Which this is crazy, full circle. I went to high school with your now brand manager, essentially.
hmm
And
hmm
so at that time, he brought you in as an athlete, saying, "Hey, I think this guy has some potential. Let's see what you can do." And you became part of the fam. You know what I mean? Like, I think we trained for 3, 4 seasons after that. Trained through some crazy times, some COVID times, some injuries. We'll go into that. But I just always think it's crazy, man, how we just have like this family vibe at Pace. And it's like, yeah, basketball is over. Technically, it's like you're not an athlete anymore training with me, but here we are on a podcast, still kicking it, still, in touch. And I think that's just like it's how we do it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not about the sports, it's not about the game. It's more about, who are you as a person, and like we're kind of like connected for life now.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree, man. Like honestly, you're probably the most like I send the most videos to like out of everybody.
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah,
like anything
no
funny I
doubt.
see, if I see like a lethal shooter video, I'm sending it immediately. Like Justin has to see this every time. Yeah. No, it's
No,
definitely fam,
it's so
bro.
funny. No, that's likewise. I have like a group of probably like 5 to 10 people that is like at the top of my list when you go to send something. It's
yeah.
always you, like you, Jaywalk, Jaimin, like people who I know are gonna appreciate the memes and all the funny shit that I see on the internet. It's got to go out immediately.
Facts. Exact same way. I got it's like you and my boy Eli. I can't think if you met Eli, but yeah, I send it to you and him. Um, all the
I
time.
think I think I did meet Eli actually. It was he might have been with you originally. It was like you,
No, not
Peyton.
that Eli. Not that
Oh,
Eli. It's a different one. It's a
got
different
you,
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
got you. So going back to that first thing, I was thinking about this before the show. I can't remember if you were already training with Lloyd or if I recommended you to Lloyd for the on court stuff.
So, funny story. So, kind of to bring it, like you said, just together. My brother and Lloyd went to college together. So that summer, I just came from Flagler College, and they had me playing like center. I'm
Mm.
6'5", 6'6" if I'm stretched out all the way. I'm playing against like 6'9", 260 every game. So it was like, bro, this is a wrestling match every game, every play. And you know how hard that gets. Like if you're a D2 or
Hmm.
D1 or something like that, like everybody's playing for their life every play. It's for your life to stay on
Yeah.
this court. So, um, yeah, so I was playing with them, and I just was like, man, I don't like how my game is right now. So I kind of wanted to get more perimeter based, more skilled, because I always like ever since a kid I've been playing like big man because
Hmm.
I'm a tall kid, I'm strong, I'm aggressive. So put his on the block.
Stick his ass in the paint.
Facts. So it was much easier to do that than obviously to develop me as a player. And like my brother's a lot older, so he wasn't really able to do that. We'd have like a summer or something together. We'd spend a couple weeks together, and he's trying to develop my game. But other than that, I don't really know what to do. But fast forward, ain't got to go too deep into that. Um, my brother's like, we're like going through it, like, okay, I don't know any trainers, so I'm trying to find them. I'm talking to my old teammates. I went to high school with Joey Brunt and Paul Scruggs.
Hmm.
So I'm like asking them, like, yo, do y'all have any trainers or anything like that? Because I know they have had trainers since they were 5, 6 years old. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So my brother puts me in touch with Lloyd. Um, so that's how I got in touch with Lloyd, and I just pulled up to him. He was like working out at like a church.
Yeah, I
So
remember that.
yeah, I pulled
I
up to
remember
him,
that.
pulled up on him there, and I think the first session it was like me, Armand Franklin, um, and his little brother Jacob. Um, Trying to think about who else. I can't think of the kid's name. He had like the brain surgery. He had like a
Oh, that's James Franklin, and Jacob is his little brother.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh,
Yep.
no, 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 no. I'll remember it here in a second. I'm gonna be mad. I'll probably remember it like after the show.
Just
Like just
interrupt the
random,
whole show. Yeah.
like yeah, blurt out. But no, so that happened, and that's how I met Lloyd. And then um, I met B Lee. Just like I was just going to the like downtown YMCA.
Mm.
And you know the one with the like the glass in there and stuff like that. I was down
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he just so happened to be there and was like talking to some people and like watching us play. And I was playing against what's his name? Jordash's older brother, Jordash Mavunga's
Oh,
older, and
Julian.
Stephen. Julian. I was playing
Yeah.
like against Julian. I'm like picking him up full court because I know like kind of like I know he's a pro, so I'm like, nah, forget that. This
Yeah.
is like life or death right here. I need to see if I can, you know what I mean, match up. And I was like guarding him like full court. He like, bro, it's pickup. Like, chill out.
I could hear him saying that too. He be
He's like, all
trying to
right, young
chill.
boy. Thanks. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
young boy. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. So then we end up playing like ones after. And then I guess B Lee knew somebody. He talked to me. And yeah, ever since then, and that's how I got to you.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Because it is full circle. Because Lloyd is like one of my best friends, and it's like
Like,
it's like you. I think you're at his wedding. You know what I mean? It's like
mm-hmm,
it's just
mm-hmm.
crazy. It's crazy how the same circle of people it just gets so close and so tight knit, man. But that's what happens. Like I think when you have good people around you who kind of have your best interest in mind, they refer you here or there, whatever, because they've had good experiences with those people. And ultimately, that's what it is. Like, I just want, you know, all of our athletes to have the best experience, period. So it's like if I know a way that I can help you, whether it be on court, rehab, whatever. It's like I try to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So it's just it's wild. Like I was thinking about that kind of in preparation for the show. I'm like, damn, like it's really a small world. Like
Very.
it's really such a small world. It's just especially Indy, and we'll talk about kind of your move to Arizona and some of the differences there. But I want to jump into kind of your basketball journey. Like you said, uh, you're a big athletic dude, but you're definitely not a center. And like you said, it's typical. You are the biggest kid out there, so they stick you in the post. It's easier to do that because that'll help you win games at a younger age. And then coach looks good, and it's like, yeah, everything's good. But then you got a guy who's not fully developed to the style of game that he should probably have for his size. And then so it makes it an uphill battle for you as you progress into your career. So you
Sure.
go JUCO coming out. Was that more of a developmental thing for you, or was it like I'm trying to get my grades right so I can transfer up, or just talk about kind of your JUCO experience and how that led you to Flagler?
Okay. Honestly, JUCO for me was more so like it was like for real, like a last chance you type thing for me. You feel me? So I was actually playing
Mm,
football as well. I probably could have played football at like D2. Like UND was talking to me and they were thinking about offering, but I didn't want to stop playing basketball. So they were like,
mm,
we're not gonna take you if you're still trying to play basketball. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But I have been playing basketball my whole life. I love basketball, and so my senior year, I actually tore my ACL like towards the end of the year, and so anybody that I was like talking to for basketball was just kind of like it kind of fell off as
mm.
that happened. So the JUCO I went to was called Rock Valley College, and my one of my AAU teammates, he actually played for Columbus North. So when we played them there, we were like ranked number one in the state. You know, they whole lineup was like 6'3" to like
Yeah.
6'10", like at that point. So it was like kind of crazy. So that game was really good, and his coaches were there that he was going to they were recruiting him to go to the JUCO, and yeah, so it's actually a D3 JUCO, man. I didn't get any scholarship for going there. Luckily, I got Pell Grant, so that paid for my school and like left a little bit extra. But yeah, man. So that's kind of the journey to get there. I tore my ACL, and they still were like interested. And it was like some D3 interest after. Like other than that, um, St. Joseph's, uh, St. Joseph was like interested, but it was like preferred walk on. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I was like, I'm not gonna go here and like have to pay money. So either I can go to school regular or I can go and play at a JUCO. And still, I didn't even really much know about that. But yeah, so that's how I ended up going there, and it was like developmental for my game. It was like, all right, I'm talking to them. They're like, we'll help you get your perimeter skills better. We'll help you do all of this stuff because, like, even from high school, I was like, I want to get better on the perimeter because I know that I watch basketball every day. I know I'm six
Right.
five. You know what I mean? Like 6'5" is a point guard. That's a point guard. So if I could at least get to the three spot, like we good. Like
Yeah.
okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that was like the progression there. It didn't work out like that technically, like skill wise, but man, it was a great experience at the JUCO level because like my coaches, they were like trainers. Um,
Mm,
so they have like their own like tour they do in the summer times, still to this day. And I was probably 5 days a week. I'm working out with the coach uh, by myself. We going at it every day. And so that really is where I like developed who I am as a basketball player. Like hustle, all of that stuff. I was gonna do that anyway. But as a basketball player, being able to score, um, doing other things like that, doing all the doing more. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was how I got to JUCO. And then from JUCO, I was kind of doing pretty well in JUCO and Flagler College at the beginning of like So I redshirted my first year because of the ACL injury, and after those 2 years, like towards the beginning of the second year that I played, my coach made a highlight tape and sent it out to like almost everybody, not like the high major D1s because like we kind of knew that was out of the scope, but it was like low mid major to like and under. He sent it to everybody, and I got a lot of stuff. I was probably getting like 10 calls, at least 10 calls a day, like for a while, like at the beginning of the season. So Flagler was one of those, and I ended up going with them because the coach and stuff, they were very attentive, and I had like kind of never really experienced that. You know what I mean? They were just like hitting me every day and hitting my mom. Like they definitely did their due diligence.
Yeah.
They definitely did what they were supposed to do. Sold a little dreams in there too.
Oh yeah, you
So
got to.
as you got
You
to,
got
you got to. That's good
to.
recruiting.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's how that went. And then from there, I went to Flagler and transferred from there because I wanted to get more out of that big position as the dreams that were sold were I'm going to be on the perimeter too. Uh, I
Yeah, you
said
come here, man. We're gonna start you off at the 4, and then by your senior year, we'll have you running point.
I'm like, oh yeah, okay,
No, I get
so,
it. That's true,
yeah,
man. But
yeah,
yeah, like you said, I mean, you're a double double machine. Like through JUCO, I'm sure you had a shit ton of double doubles, and then even at Flagler, it's like you got a kind of like a what do they call it? Like a nose for the ball. It's like you're always where the ball is, even if you're like not. It's like how did he end up over there? Like how did he even infiltrate this play? It's not his. It's not his space. He ain't supposed to be here. But you always
yep,
find your way over there. So for better or worse, like I think it made you so valuable in the or not on the perimeter in the paint. It's like you're it's like a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? You're
yep,
so good at it they don't want to remove you from it. But you're like, I don't really want to be down here. That's just what I have to do
yeah,
to survive.
yeah,
I'm just trying to win games and play. So Flagler, pretty high level D2 out in Florida, right?
yep. It's St.
So
Augustine, so right up by Jacksonville.
got you. So you play out there, and then transfer out for your last year, going to Cumberland, which is
Mhm.
where I think that's where when we met, kind of
Yep,
that
that
year,
transition. Yeah,
that transition, right?
yep.
So talk about kind of your experience at Cumberland. I know you had a solid year, but you ran into a wild injury. So I definitely want to get into that.
All right, cool. So that man, it was honestly a great experience. I got what I wanted. I wanted to get more on the perimeter.
Yep.
When I visited there, the coach was telling me like, it's actually gonna happen. You know what I mean? I promise you that. Don't worry. We're gonna make sure that the offense is for that. We're going to all five of our players are able to get downhill. That's what I'm best
Yeah.
at. Like no
Yep.
matter where I put it, I'm getting downhill. We going to the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it really was. We ran into some injuries during that season that kind of made me have to go to the five, but he still made it to the point where I'm at the five, but on offense, I'm still on the perimeter. So, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm still able to get to where I want to get to. And even if I am in the post, it's because I'm able to dominate the person that I have. So,
Yeah.
guarding me. So, it was definitely a good experience, man. Like towards the middle, not even middle. It was like towards the like probably like the 10th game of the season. Um, I got like some pain in my shin. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm just like stepping on it. I'm like, man, what is this? I never felt this in my shins before. So I'm thinking it's like shin splints. So like that game, so it was like in warm up. So that game I played and like the whole game, my shin is like tight, like real tight, but it feels loose at the same time. I'm like, what is going on here? So icing it, rest a little bit, play the next day. Same thing. And it feels like a little shooting pain in there. So I started getting like a little rehab on that or whatever and trying to like take painkillers or all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
I ended up getting like a player of that tournament or something like that. I think I averaged like like 20 and like 8 or something like that for that tournament, and like 4, like 28 and 4 or something like that for that tournament. And we get back and I just keep playing on it, keep practicing on it. But some days, like I can't jump off my left leg, so I'm not dunking as much as I usually do. Still getting rebounds, still do whatever. Take a couple pain pills, I'm gonna be all right after that. But
that's
but
that.
yeah,
That's that college life, baby.
facts. Like I take a few ibuprofen for it and stuff, and man, it'd be cool. But after a while, it just got like almost unbearable. So I finally like I didn't want to not finish the season off because I know that's my senior year, and I'm too far in to where
hmm
if I sit out, I can't get my year back. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, well, let's just finish it out. So after Christmas, I'm just like playing on this like broken leg. I had a fractured tibia, and like it comes to find out I have a fractured tibia after I went after the season and was like, man, I got to get this thing checked out because it would like give out on me sometimes. Like I was playing in the indie pro am after my season, and I got a fast break. Me and Jay walk on the fast break, so I'm like, I get the ball. I'm not passing this. I'm about to dunk this. So
Yeah,
I go up for a windmill, and my leg just like gives out on the fast break, and I'm like, yeah, that's the last straw. I'm going to go get
yeah,
my leg checked out. And I went and got it checked out, had a fractured tibia, man. That thing was gross. It kind of looked
dude.
crazy because it was like, I can't, like, you cannot get the surgery, but it's probably going to happen again. Like, it's not going to stop, no matter if I sit out 10 weeks. Like, once I come back and how much I run and how much I'm doing all that stuff and playing basketball, jumping, especially with my style of play, um, it's going to continually get worse until it's
Right.
like fully break. So,
Yeah. Initially, it's gonna. Eventually, it's gonna snap. It's gonna.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember seeing you during that time, and it was like I don't even know how to explain it. Like like I'm trying to think of an example. It was almost like you could tell there was like some difference in the bone. Like it was like there you could
Something's right
see
there.
that bone was something there. And I just
Yeah.
remember like, yeah, you should definitely get that checked out, bro. Like that is above my pay grade. Like anything I give you is I don't think it's gonna help. Like that shit is like you could just see like something wasn't right. You know what I mean? And like you know your body, like when shit like that happens, you're like, okay, I gotta go to the doctor and get this thing checked out. So it ended up being, essentially like for lack of a better term, like you played your pretty much your senior year on a broken leg,
Yeah.
and so that's wild to say. And
Yeah.
so you get the surgery. I believe they stick a rod
Yeah, I
in
have a
there, and
rod
it's
all the
it's
way
still
down.
in there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it goes through your patellar tendon and attaches at the ankle.
At the ankle, yeah. Full rod. I got two screws at the top, so like by the patellar tendon, and then two screws at the bottom by my ankle as well.
That's insane. And so it's
Yeah.
like basically just another bone, so that
Yep.
for your actual bone doesn't break.
Yep. Yep.
So if you
That's
break the
exactly what
rod,
it
then you're just different.
is.
You're just
Like it's
different.
probably just gonna like bend, like
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So people listening are probably like, "Damn, well, yeah, his career was over," but it wasn't. We got after the surgery, got right back to it, man. Rehab, started training again. It was actually cool. Backtracking a little bit, actually, I think we should throw in that you came out COVID year, right? If I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a time to get a rod put in your leg, it seems like a decent time because the world ain't going nowhere. Like we're kind of chilling. We didn't know it definitely messed up some things in terms of um, your placement and like, just like pro teams being able to reach out because we're looking at overseas opportunities and overseas
Mhm.
was like shut off to the world,
Shut down. Yeah.
but it did give you some extra time to get that leg right. What was kind of like your mindset during that time? You know what I mean? Like whether it be because of COVID or whether it be because like of your leg injury? Like what where were you at mentally right in that point?
Man, it was a lot of uncertainty at that time, just because like
Yeah.
everybody is COVID, nothing's moving. Uh, we're locked in the house. I'm like trying to find place. I'm driving around Tennessee because I'm still in school at that point. I'm like driving around Tennessee, just like trying to find somewhere where I can at least get shots up because now all the rims have like either they're taken off the backboard or
Mhm.
they're got like a plank over 'em with like
Yeah.
drilled into the rim. So
That's
uh,
nuts actually.
yeah, yeah, my leg is broken. I can feel it like really bad. So anytime I'm like trying to run or doing stuff, which I'm still gonna do, but anytime I'm trying to do it, I can feel it bad. So I'm like, man, like you said, maybe it's a good thing that this happened at this
Yeah.
point because if I did get a call or something like that, I'm going 100%, but I'm going to be going at 60%. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
during that time, man, I'm just trying to be grateful that, like, yeah, this is happening, but at this time, it couldn't be a better time. Um, so yeah, that's really what was going through my head, man. I'm just trying to stay level headed and stay in shape outside of having to run all the time or doing stuff like that because I know at some point I'm going to get back to playing. So trying to stay in shape up until maybe I get surgery or anything like that.
No doubt. Yeah, that was crazy times, bro. It was definitely like looking back, it's like I just can't believe some of the stuff like that was happening during that time, bro. It's just so much going on at one time and
Yeah.
everything was just amplified because social media, everybody was just in the house on social media. So any
Facts.
little thing that happened, whether it was a big deal or a little deal, it was like amplified. Like the
Yep.
whole Tiger King. Like, you remember that shit? Bro, like if that show
Yeah.
came out today, nobody would watch that.
Nobody
But we
cares.
were in the crib and it was like, oh, this shit looks amazing. Like let's see what this is all about. And it was
Bro,
like,
it was like viral song. Like
dude,
Carol
whole
Baskin.
everything. And the crazy the crazy thing is I went to Tampa a couple years ago and we tried to go to Big Cat Rescue because we were like trying to go to like a petting zoo or whatever.
Yeah.
They ended up being closed that day. So we went to a different one and like, got to
Mm.
pet and feed alligators and shit like that. But I was definitely like, oh, we're here. I think that's where they were. Let me look it up. Oh, it's 3 miles away. Oh, we in there. Like we're
Oh
gonna go
yeah,
see Carol
facts.
Baskin. We got to go
Hey,
see her and check up on her.
I still got beef with the people from COVID that were buying up all the tissue and paper towels. Like,
Man, I got
why was
major
that the
beef, bro.
first thing? I don't understand. You could have got water, like you could have got canned goods. You got
They were trying
tissue
to
and paper
flip
towels.
that. Dude, I was sick, and everybody was buying all the masks. Remember how much it used to be for one like N95 mask, bro? It'd be like a
Like,
hundred bucks, and it's like,
facts.
and
People
I
selling them
mean,
on
I
eBay.
feel like, yeah, I feel like I look back and it is what it is. You can think about COVID how you want to now that we're 3 years removed from it and kind of see some of the reality. But man, that
Mhm.
first 2 months, like I was trying to do stuff by the books. Like
Yeah.
they said, flatten the curve. Like this is what you got to do. Like I'm in the grocery store with the mask and gloves on. Like I'm trying to do it right. And then I'm like, hold on, this isn't working, bro. Like it's getting worse. Like what are we supposed to do? You got to move on with your life at some point.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I'm like, all right, they got it's like people who buy like Jordans by the hundreds and then nobody wants them for resale. So it's like, okay, you got to eat that. You know what I mean? Like y'all going to
Yeah.
be here with toilet paper in your closet for the next 10 years cuz the world is finally like coming out and it's like nobody's
Hmm.
going to pay triple the price anymore. So I
Yep.
kind of I got beef with those people too, man. They tried to take advantage of our society, bro.
Just cause
Nuts.
anytime they can, they do though. That's
Yeah.
anything.
100%, bro. So, getting back on track, you got a broken leg, you get it fixed. You're we make it through COVID, the world opens up, and then we get back to work, start training, get you feeling good. playing good, looking good, probably the best perimeter skill set you've had. Athletically, you're right back to where you were, if not better. And then you get an opportunity in the TBL, which for people that don't know the TBL, it's an American Pro League that's kind of like rapidly growing. It's owned and started by the former commissioner of the Canadian League, David Magley, and so he's trying to do some cool things here with it. But I think you played. You went to the combine, had a great weekend, gets drafted like what, number 7 or 4 in
Six,
that draft,
six.
and 6
Yeah.
overall, and go to Syracuse.
Mm.
Um, Talk about your TBL experience, kind of like what's your uh, what your mindset was going into that, knowing that it's a step closer to where you want to be, and then ultimately ended up back in Indy.
Okay. Yeah, man, it was actually a great experience at Syracuse. I went out there for training camp, and that was probably the most like skilled team I've ever been a part of. Like it was so much talent in that training camp that it was like I don't know who's gonna get cut, who's gonna start, who's
Yeah,
gonna, you know what I mean? So I ended up making that team, and I played pretty decent at that training camp, so I ended up making that team. Um, and then we get into like the season and stuff like that, which it was a great setup out there. If you're trying to do TBL, I know it's some places and stuff that's still like underdeveloped because it's so new, but
right.
I recommend it if you're trying to get your foot in, because it's a lot of people that don't have that opportunity or something like that that just want to be able to hoop still. So
Hmm.
um, I really recommend it. It's a lot of people that get sent overseas from it too. So um, in Syracuse, sorry, getting off track, but in Syracuse, man, it was a great experience. Just even being there for such a short amount of time. I was there for a little over a month, and during that time, I learned more so the holes in my game and like what I need and what it takes to be a pro. So I ended up getting cut from Syracuse and just wasn't playing. So it really didn't make sense for me to be there. I was a little hurt about that, but at the same time, it's like it's all a learning experience and it's a part of it. Everybody, it happens to
Hmm.
the best of us getting cut.
Yep.
So I come back home. I'm looking for teams to go to or at least to play in the TBL. And my agent Ed that you actually put me on with, so that's
That's
dope.
dope. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
Ed.
yeah. So Ed's like looking for me and stuff like that, and I was actually supposed to like probably a week after I left Syracuse, the Shreveport Mavericks were supposed to pick me up, and I was supposed to sign, and I was going to be going out there, but um, that didn't end up working out. They just didn't really send it. Sorry, my bad, Siri tripping. Um, uh, so that just didn't end up working out. They didn't end up sending the contract back. So I'm just chilling at the house, like working out. I'm working out probably like with you and Taylor Wayer, who
Hmm.
also you sent me to. Um, Working out in their gym. I'm working out probably like 6 to 8 hours a day at least, like every day, just trying to keep in shape, keep up, get all the way back rehab because I was still having like some little issues after that surgery because of my knee or whatever, the patellar tendon. It just does what it wants to sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you get a rod stuck down your patellar tendon and shit just happens.
that's exactly what it was, bro. So it was like that, and I go into um, I ended up reaching out to Andre Owens, who was the head coach of the Indy team in TBL, and just trying to get on and see what I can do to get on there. So he invited me to a practice, and from there I was on the team. He was like, first day, he like, in order for you to be on this team, you got to take somebody's spot. So you better take somebody's spot. So I come in there dunking on everybody.
That's how you gotta do it.
Facts. So I came in there dunking on everybody. Like second game, somebody got cut. So yeah.
Hey, Gotta take somebody's spot sometimes. No, it's crazy. Like I don't even know if you know this or the backstory, but like there was some weird stuff happening in the NBA and the G League at that time. Just because this was the first year after COVID, like this was the first full basketball season after COVID, and so I just remember that Syracuse team, bro. I looked at the roster after they let you go, and they had added like two guys that came from the G League, and I'm like, damn, that team is stacked. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you almost can't even be too upset. You're like, damn, you got this guy played at like, St. John's, and he's played 2 years in the G League. Like, you gotta. There's so much talent, bro, and so
Yeah,
you come home and find your spot on that team, and ended up being a really good fit. You had a good year with
yeah.
with that indie team, um, doing what you do, and I think you guys went to what, like the finals or something. Like
The
you
Eastern
had a
Eastern
good
Conference
season.
Finals,
Yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals, and we ended up playing Syracuse in the
Oh.
Eastern Conference Finals. But like, don't get me wrong. Like you were saying, it was the dude. So first of all, I'm gassed up. Like I'm
Oh,
mad the whole
absolutely.
series. Like so every play, everything, block, dunk, score, anything, I'm yelling. So by second quarter, I'm tired because
Emotional energy expenditure.
bro, the whole time that I'm looking at the playoff bracket and how we could possibly play them, I'm like excited, you know what I mean, to
Yeah,
say the least.
100%.
So it ended up happening, and I see them all there, and I see the coach, which I don't have a problem with anybody there, but I'm just like instant Kobe mode, like I'm about to make
Hmm.
y'all pay for like that. So we go out to Syracuse, and they're like, I'm playing pretty well against them and stuff, and they're like, "Why weren't you doing this when you were here?" I'm like, "I didn't play."
That's the classic. That's the classic predicament right there. It's like,
Yeah,
bro, that just happened to one of my dudes. He came home from uh, his first year in AIA, and he's like, man, I didn't play all year. Like I averaged like 3 minutes a game, but the last game, we were out of playoff contention. We got knocked out of the conference tournament. We're down by like 20 in the second half. Coach lets me play the last 15 minutes of the game. He's like, I hit like three threes. I was getting to the cup, everything. He's like, I had like, I don't know, like 18 or whatever. And everybody was like, man, why you ain't been doing this? He's like, bro, I don't fucking play. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, he got so mad. It was so funny. It's like I know that feeling so well. Like
yeah,
that's like the story of my life, bro.
yeah. We
That
we
shit is
talked about
funny.
that before too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's crazy, man. But going back to the TBL that year again, like some of the weirdness. Lindy Waters was on the team that won it all, I think, and he's like
yeah,
now in a multi-year deal with the Thunder, which is like
yeah.
it's just crazy if you go back and think about all the players that were in the TBL that year. They, not to say it like it's gonna sound weird when I say it, but like they benefited from COVID kind of as a positive thing because nobody was going overseas. Like, and people that were going overseas were taking huge pay cuts or going to like leagues that they were probably better than. So a lot of these guys were
Hmm.
staying home, playing in the TBL and other options like that, and it was just like stacked talent.
For sure. They 100% benefited from that, which isn't
Hmm.
that's a good thing. Like as you
Yeah.
should like find a way to be able to do that. And they were one of the only leagues that are still letting people play in the U.S. at that point. So, nah, man, it was definitely dope. Like we were talking about the dude that um replaced me on Syracuse. Funny, while we were playing, he said uh he was like, I was your replacement type deal. I'm like, you right, you right.
That's not the
Like
flex you think it is, bro.
facts, like you right. I mean, that's better for me than for you. Like,
Yeah, that that
but
that doesn't hit like he thought
nah,
for sure.
nah. But at the same time, um, I get it. I get why. Because
Yeah,
dude is a killer. He was averaging like 35. Like,
yeah. Yeah, he can play. I'm not
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
nothing away from him. He can play.
yeah,
I respect
yeah.
talent no matter what, even if it
Facts.
negatively impacts me or people that I know. I'm like, hey, you gotta love talent. That's what it's all
Exactly.
about. You're there to compete. Ultimately, got to compete with them and prove yourself.
Exactly.
And like you said, they're like, why were you doing this? It's like all you need is a chance sometimes. And
Exactly.
uh, the people that are ready for that moment, you know what I mean? They take that moment and run with it.
Hmm. Yeah, and like we were saying about that, like the Lindy Waters, I was man, the dude, he was way above playing. He went to OSU. He like played a lot at OSU. He was a really
Yeah,
good player on OSU. They had a big there as well. That was like he's in the G League right now. He's been in G League for like 3, 4 years, but he like kills. He does really
yeah,
well in the G League. Like
yeah,
he could probably take some center spots in the NBA right now. Like that's how well he plays. So it's a lot of those stories. Xavier Moon, like a lot of these players
yeah.
should have yeah, they shouldn't be in the
I
TBL. Not
forgot
saying there's a
Xavier
bad
Moon.
thing. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
He's with the
Him,
Clippers now, right?
yep, yep.
Yep.
Xavier Moon, his brother was Jamario.
Oh,
Jamario
yep,
Moon, he
yep.
played
I
on
remember
the
him.
Albany team as well. So they get some NBA players in there for sure.
Dude, that's nuts, man. I forgot about him. He's carved out his little role too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk. Life after basketball. Ultimately, you know, everybody's basketball journey ends, whether they want it to or not. What was kind of your mindset after the TBL and just like you know turning down offers that you don't think are the best for you or not getting the right offers and moving on, like taking that next step in life, because I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. Like I'm sure it's been a struggle for you, but like it looks like you're handling it very
Hmm.
well and finding success. But there's always the people that just hang on for 2 3 years too long, and it's like, man, you set yourself back in life now trying to chase this dream. What's your mindset around that decision to ultimately start a new career outside of basketball?
Yeah. For me, I've always been a person that was like optimist already, always. And I've always been a person that was like the hardest worker. So
Hmm.
um anywhere I go, I want to be the hardest worker. I want to do more than everybody. Like Marcus was telling me one time that he was running, Marcus Burke, he was telling me one time that he was running miles before he came into the gym. So, like, to come work out and all of that stuff. So, little to y'all knowledge, I'm doing the same thing now,
Doing
and
this.
then I'm going to work. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm coming in tired. You would never know. I changed my clothes, everything. I don't want anybody
Everything.
to know that I worked out at all. I don't even want to tell you. So, um, yeah, so I've always been like a hard worker. So anything that I wanted to pursue, like I knew that that was going to stay. And I feel like having a passion for something else is a good thing, and I kind of developed that during COVID. So COVID was a really good thing. Sad to say, like
Yeah.
obviously for the people that could benefit off of it, the people that didn't pass or end up with a bad case of it or anything like that, it was a time for resetting. So I was able to sit there and be like, okay, what else do I want to do? So I started reaching out to modeling agencies, and that's kind of something that I wanted to do since I was probably like 18. And because my mom, she did it as well when she was a kid. Well, not when she was a kid, but when she was like 19, 21,
Mm,
stuff like that.
got you.
So she did it a little bit, and I was like, okay, all right, this could be cool. And I reached out to some agencies during COVID. One ended up picking me up in Indy, Helen Wells agency, and I just was kind of seeing what it would go like from there and just building life outside of basketball. So um, I can chase the dream freely. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like a lot of people put so many. It's not bad to have all your eggs in one basket, but I feel like the basket also has to make sense. Like you're
Hmm.
29, still living with your mom because you're making $500 a month playing basketball. Maybe you should probably do
Yeah.
something else.
Got
But
to rethink
like
some things.
exactly. So for me, that was kind of my mindset. It was just like, all right, I want to find different things that I like. During college as well, I was during my senior year actually. So as all of this stuff is going on, I break my leg, I'm playing basketball, I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm also starting to venture into like music and like
Hmm.
rapping and trying to see how I like that and doing all of that stuff. I know I will like it, and I always wanted to do it. But I'm like recording on my so like the gamer headset. I'm like in my room on
Yeah,
my computer,
with the
like
mic.
I'm recording music in the room, and like sometimes that would be the stuff that I'm listening to before the game. You know what I mean? So just trying to find different stuff that I like and seeing. All right, it is okay to have a hobby. You don't have to just sit here and be like, all right, I can't do anything but basketball all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
okay.
yeah.
You can like other things.
It's great to have interests outside of, what you do, because so many
Mhm.
people wrap up what they do into their identity. So if you make basketball your identity and then for whatever reason basketball stops, then it's like you lose who you are and you're like stuck. You're like put you made yourself basketball, and then for whatever reason basketball didn't work out, and now you feel like you're not worth it or like you're not good enough or whatever. I've seen that so many times. And so I'm really big on just like having other hobbies, interests, passions. Like, I mean, most of the time when we train, like we talk a little bit about hoop and we get our work done and all that, but it's like we talk about music, we're talking about food, we're talking about all the other things in life that
Everything.
never end, right? Basketball,
Yeah.
even if you're LeBron James, it's going to end one day. And
Yep.
so, and you see it at the highest level. All the best players have uh, liquor brands, clothing lines, other streams of income that they are going to pivot to when the game stops,
Yep.
um, unless they do something stupid and lose it. But we won't go in into that conversation.
pre
But
pre podcast talks.
pre-podcast talks. But no, I think that's super commendable because a lot of hoopers especially, don't branch out and they just rely too much on a orange basketball, to get them somewhere in life. And it's like, sometimes shit don't go your way. There's really good players that aren't playing right now. Obviously, I consider you one of them, but there's like thousands of guys that should be playing right now that are not, that are stuck. And there's people like you who are like smart enough, good enough at other things to like figure it out and move on. So the modeling thing, that's dope, right? You mentioned Helen Wells agency, and I think like I'm learning a little bit about the modeling game. Like you have different agencies in different regions, and they get you
Mhm.
jobs in each region. But the crazy thing where it hit home for me was when I was on finishline.com shopping, looking for some shoes, and this motherfucker is on my screen. I'm like, I'm buying these because he's the model modeling them. Like, talk
Facts.
about how that happened. Like, you became the face of Finish Line. We're not
Yeah,
just gonna see you on there.
yeah, bro. It was kind of crazy too because it was just so random. So the first paid gig I ever got was with Finish Line, and I was doing like a hat or something. It was just random. So modeling is so random, bro. You just never know when something's gonna happen. So like, just about all the jobs that I got are like I would have never guessed that these were going to happen. And I couldn't tell you when the time was. And sometimes, like,
Yeah,
the time just isn't a great time, like, or whatever. So that happened like that summer when I came back during COVID. And it was all the COVID protocols, like, you know what I mean? I got to,
yeah.
right before I take a picture, I got to have my mask on. I take the mask off for the picture, put the mask back on.
So
So,
inefficient. That's so
like, bro,
inefficient.
I don't get it. But so yeah, so that was the first one, and then for like a few months there, man, I was doing like finish line shoots just randomly all the time. So like I said, being able to like fund that dream, being able to have something else. So that was that for me at that point, especially. Um, so I'm doing finish line, and then I don't say anything to anybody. I'm not like saying anything, and then it comes out, and I have like 10, 15 people like, yo, you on the, I think I'm tripping. Are you on the finish line website? I'm like, yeah, bro, that's me. Like sending me screenshots is like
So cool.
emails, everything. Yeah. So
Yep.
everybody's hitting me up. I remember when you texted me about that too, bro. It was funny.
That was so funny, man. But that's it's dope, and it led to so many other things. And just like you said, I got some brands here that I wrote down, like Rockstar Jeans, huge
Yeah.
brand that you model for
Yep.
at Finish Line. And the one that shocked me, this is funny, but I don't mean it to be funny, just because our humor is
Yeah.
Crew. Like the
Oh
Crew,
yeah.
the hair pomade. I
That-
said, oh, now that I see what Crew is trying to do here. That I
Come on
see
now.
what they're trying to do here. They're trying to
Come
get a
on
little
now.
more diversity in their ads.
Yep. They had which is dope. Which is dope. I get it. I
No,
get
I
it.
totally
They had
agree with it, but I love it. I
yeah.
was like, I see it. I like it. I love it.
So a lot of like brands, man. I don't want to go too crazy on it, but what I've noticed is like for representation, they won't use like a regular black person, but they'll use like an African, like something like that, instead of just
Yeah,
using
like
the person you're gonna see every day. Like if you'll
right.
probably see somebody that looks like me every day instead of using somebody that you may never see in life.
Yeah,
So
I see what you mean.
uh
I got you.
yeah, so it's pretty dope that like I like that they're starting to get into that of like using people that actually look like the regular modern day person that you're gonna see on an everyday basis. So it was cool, and I wasn't expecting it at all. When they told me like they gave me a haircut on set, so like as
Oh,
a black
really?
man, bro, I was scared. Like,
Oh
yeah,
shit! I need to hear the backstory because I was about to say your hair was crispy that day.
right. See, it's crazy.
Crispy.
It was, bro. Let me give you the story. Let me give you the story.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they hit me up and like asked me if I wanted to do the booking or whatever. I'm of course, yes. I see the paycheck too. Oh yes, please, I'm coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So it's in LA, and I was like, I think that was my first time, second time being in LA, and yeah, so I really that's like one of my favorite places in the world. That's kind of where I would want to live at, either there or like Miami or something like that, obviously. But
Mhm.
so I go out there. Well, I'm about to go out there, and they're like, "All right." So it's like 3 weeks out. So I had just got a haircut, and by 3 weeks, that haircut is done. I really probably needed a haircut like a week and a half ago. So
Yeah.
uh, so they're like, "Yeah, you can't get a haircut until you come here. Don't touch your hair. We're gonna do it all on set because we wanted to have it a specific way." So all right, I'm like face scruffy. I don't get like a beard, but like it's scruffy. It looked nasty. Like I shouldn't
Yeah.
have hair here. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to my dad for not letting me be able to get a beard too.
I feel
That's
you
not
on
a
that
shout
one.
out. That's not a shout out.
That's a shout down.
A shout down. Facts. So yeah, so that happens, and I pull up to the set. I'm like nervous because I don't know who these people are gonna be. I'm like, maybe they got like a black person here that's gonna like chop me up real good and then put me
Yeah.
on set. You know what I mean? Nope. I come in there and it's like all of the like it couldn't be more white. Like, everybody, everybody
I'm
is
crying.
everybody in here is white as hell. So I'm like, oh shit, bro. My hair is about to be crazy on this ad. And this is a big brand. Like
Oh
American
shit.
Crew is a huge brand. So I'm like,
Huge.
oh, bro, everybody's about to see this. They're in like Ulta and all of this stuff. So they're pretty big, bro. So I go up to it and I'm like, all right, so who am I getting my hair cut by? I'm talking to like the contact at the place. And then on top of them being white, they put me in a chair, in a lady's chair. So I'm like, oh, damn, I don't know if she even knows how to cut my hair. Bro, she killed it. She killed it.
Killed it.
It killed it. It looked so crispy, bro. Like, I got up, I'm like, okay, yeah, we talking,
Yeah.
great conversation. She's a great lady too, man. She was so cool. and she like owns her own barbershop too, so she knows
That's
what she's
hard.
doing for real. So um, yeah, and they got like their own types of clippers and stuff like that. So it's like automated. It's kind of like they need to do a fade, they just kind of put it to this one setting and it goes straight there. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, no, she killed it though, bro. And yeah, man, it was a great experience. It was like the most professional of my modeling experiences yet. It felt like LA or New York. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
what you see on TV. Like people are, yeah, no, it was dope, bro. And
Like you made it. Like you're like I kind of made it now. Now I got something to
yeah,
build on.
exactly. And I think that's kind of what it's been too. Just going forward, I got some big stuff coming up too.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, Crew is like that's a huge brand. Like that's like it's when you think of like basically like hair brands,
Mm,
they come to mind like probably top five. You know what I mean in terms of
yeah.
just any type of hair care. You go into most like barbershops or not barbershops, excuse me, like hair cutting places like a sports
Hmm.
clips or a great clips or something. That's like all they sell,
I don't
which
spend
is
my time
like
in those places, but that's dope to know.
no, I know you don't. I know you don't. I am guilty of taking my kids there because I think it's stupid to pay $30 for a kid's haircut.
Nah,
But
for sure.
you
Go.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't get my hair cut there. Let's put that out there. I
You
don't.
going to my people. You going to my
Yeah,
people.
I'm
You be
definitely
over
shout out to Dion, man. Shout out to Dion.
there.
Dion's been cutting my hair since I was like 14 because
Dang.
dude, this is crazy. Here's a funny little backstory. So, uh, freshman year, freshman basketball team, we all played together like my whole life. So we were like this family. And Ezell Jones was the coach, and Ezell had been coaching me for again like since like the fourth grade. So he's like, everybody wear a shirt and tie tomorrow. Everybody go get a haircut tonight. Like you have to. This is the team rule. Blah blah blah. So it's like, all right, cool. So I was like, to that point, I've been letting my teammates' mom cut my hair, and my teammate Jaron, he was mixed. So dad was black, mom was white, and she owned a hair salon that my mom would get her hair done at, and I would just go and she would just cut my hair real quick. You know what I mean? It was just like this is what we do. So I was like, nah, I'm trying to get crispy for the first game. Like, so I'm asking all my teammates, like, hey, where should I go? Where should I go? They give me Dion's name, right? So I go to Dion. He cuts my hair like for the first time, like actually like gives me like a fade, like that
Yeah,
type of hair.
yeah, yeah.
And I never looked back. I said, "Damn,
Yeah.
this man took me in." Like that was back when it was like walk-in cuts. You know what I mean? You walk
Yeah.
in and the dude with the empty chair is like, "Yo, I can cut you," and I'm like, "I'm here for Dion." Like, nah, I'm here. I will wait 3 hours until Dion is ready to cut my hair. And
Yeah.
so, bro, ever since then, I'm freaking 33 now, and I just was in his chair last week, and it's crazy because like I've heard, you go to college, you go on vacation or whatever, you get haircuts other places, and I've heard my hair is hard to cut because I'm half Mexican, and so my hair is like just weird. It's like curly, but it's also fine because I'm
Mm-hmm.
half white, and so
Yeah.
barbers struggle with it because it shows mistakes really well
Really
because
easy.
of
Yeah.
how weird it is. And so yeah, I've gone to other places and they've just fucked me up, and I'm like, man, just Dion. It was perfect. Like met him at the perfect time, right before high school. When I was starting to get my confidence, and then I found a guy who could do my hair right. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is about to
Ooh,
be
nothing
over in
like
high
it.
school.
It's nothing like it. It's nothing
what's
like
that?
it.
What's that movie? The Wood, where he was like, he said, "Y'all on varsity and shit. I'm looking better every day."
Yo,
Oh my
classic, by the
god,
way. Rule number one for anybody that is out there that needs to know this: never take your ass to the first chair to somebody that
never,
don't got nobody sitting in there.
never,
Never go to
never.
that chair. Never.
There's a
It's a reason.
basketball reference, right? Coach, I was open. I was open. Yeah, there's a reason why you're open. They want you to shoot that three. You can't hit
Facts.
it. You're shooting
Facts.
23 from the three, bro. It's like, yeah, don't go to that open chair. Always make an appointment. The walk-ins are dead. The arrow's gone. You got to tap
That
in
air is
and have
gone.
an appointment ready. You can't just be out here freestyling your hair.
Barbers are by reference, and that's the only way to do it. You have to know something. Like I'm asking somebody when I see them, like if I see a random person with a good haircut or something like that, and I just came or I'm in town for a little bit, I'm gonna ask them, "Yo, where you get your haircut at?" Because I need to
Yeah,
know who he's going to specifically. I don't want to know the barbershop. No, who are you going to?
100%,
For
bro.
sure, for
I love
sure.
it, man. So the modeling stuff. I know you said you got some cool stuff coming up. My dog is trying to sneak into this room. Okay, she successfully did that. Not sure how she opened a door, but she just opened a door
Sheesh.
that was shut.
In real time,
So
in real time.
yeah, that was crazy. So with the modeling stuff, what kind of stuff you got coming up? Can you talk about any of the things like brands you're working with or anything like that, or just you got to keep it on the low until it comes out?
I literally just signed an NDA.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I can't
That's
even say it right now,
that
but
means
it's
it's a
huge.
big deal. That means it's a
It's
big
huge,
deal.
though. It's huge.
Oh, dude, I
It's
can't
huge.
wait.
So
I
it
can't
could
wait.
change some things, man. I hope it does, and we'll see.
Anytime you sign an
More.
NDA, like it's real shit on the line.
No, I did a shoot for Foot Locker, and it was with Don C. I'm sure you know who that is because
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, hell
yeah.
yeah.
So I did that, and it was like a huge like worldwide campaign. I was in the malls and everything, so like you could have went anywhere and you would see me inside of a mall and like on a big poster the first time that ever happened and I had signed an NDA. I couldn't take any of the clothes because they were like if you wear it before it comes out then we
Oh
gonna
man,
yeah we gonna like sue you for real, like it was that deep. So
damn.
yeah, so when it's stuff like that, when you got to sign the NDA, it's a reason. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool though. I can't wait to see what it is, man. So,
yeah.
you're doing the
Might not
modeling
be your cup
thing.
of tea. Might not be your cup of tea. We just gonna say
Might
it like
not.
that. Nah, nah,
Oh,
nah, nah, nah. Yeah, nah. It's dope though. It's dope. It's huge. It's huge brand.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't
Yeah.
know. I got a lot of cups of tea. So for it to not be my cup of tea, it's gonna have to be some high level
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah,
Some high level stuff.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about the rap, man, because I know you just dropped a EP. I want to talk about. You said you started in college on the gaming headset, and then also listening to yourself rap from what you recorded on a gamer headset before a game is demon time. That's why you was getting through playing with a broken leg. That's some sick stuff right there. Um, what talk about your journey? I know it started with the TikTok series or the Instagram series, kind of
hmm
just rapping over people's beats until the artists pay
Notices.
notice to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yep.
But yeah, like what? Tell me, man. Tell me the background on that. I like it.
Like you said, that was the stuff on the gamer headset sounded terrible, by the way. No matter how good I tried to mix it, it sounded terrible, ass,
Yeah.
worse. But it was like learning experience because like I'm learning how to do stuff on my own. So now I can do the thing like you were just talking about. It's called Until the Artist Notice. So I would use like a classic hip hop beat, like Life's a Bitch or something like that to like showcase my skill as well. And people were really biting onto it, man. They were like,
Hmm.
I had people hit me in the DM all the time or like liking it or like sharing the post, just random people that I have no clue or know about. So I've done a few of those. I've done like 14. I'm gonna get back into those as well. But yeah, man, that was like the beginning of it, and it was like, all right, and in that time, I'm making music, my own music and stuff like that too. So I'm knowing that like people want to hear stuff of my own. So I'm like, man, I want to have it all the way right though. I don't know how many songs I want to do, blah blah blah. But I have like 4 songs that I'm like for sure are gonna go on here. Well, maybe three. I had three that I was like, I'm for sure gonna put these on something and do something with them. And now I'm like, all right, well, let's at least make 5 or 6 or something like that, and then make it into an EP. So I'm talking to my cousin about it, and he's like, "Man, he's been rapping forever." He's like, "When we were kids, we're a year apart by to the day. So I'm 1 year older than him to the day, same birthday.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
yeah, it was dope growing up like that too. We was like
That's
rivals all
awesome.
the time. It was dope.
That's
But
awesome.
but so we're talking about it and stuff, and he's been rapping forever and never like technically released stuff. Like he did like SoundCloud a little bit, but then he'd take it down. You know what I mean? So he's like, bro, you've been talking to me forever, and like he's probably like the best rapper I know. So he like, bro, you've been talking to me forever about releasing something. Why don't you do it? I'm like, dang, you're right. I've been talking to you for 3 years about me releasing something. And yeah, so I just went ahead and did it and finished off the last like 2 songs on there. I believe the last 2 songs that I did was Long Shots and Clones off my EP. And yeah, man, it's been going pretty well so far. I just performed for Benny the Butcher like a week after it released. I performed Benny the Butcher, opened up for him, and that went really well. So I got like, I don't know how far you want me to go into it, but I can keep going if you want. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
hear. I mean,
Okay.
that's crazy. So before you tell that backstory, I have kind of a cool backstory that you might not even know. So you opened up for Benny. You drop an EP, and then you open up for Benny the Butcher
Uh-huh.
for your first live performance.
Yeah,
So
ever.
when I
Yeah.
was getting ready for this podcast, I'm just like, going through in preparation, kind of seeing what you've been up to. I scroll to your mixtape that you made after your first pro season in the TBL, and
Yeah.
the soundtrack on that is fucking Benny the Butcher.
Bro,
How
trust me.
crazy is that?
Bro, it was when I got the show and I was like for sure on it, I'm like, yo, this is insane. Cause he's like one of my favorite artists. Like, I ain't even like I would love to tell him that, but I understand competition as well. So
Yeah,
like it's crazy to like understand, like see like the full circle of that. Cause during COVID, him and like Freddie Gibbs, I listened to everything. Like,
yep,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it would have been the same way for both of those. Like if I ever got to perform for Freddie or a song or something like that, you know what I mean? With them, it was just crazy to notice that he performed that song too. So like a year prior, actually, let me go back a little bit. My bad, I'm jumping around. But um, a year prior to me performing for him, probably like I came back from playing in the TBL. I was playing for the Enid Outlaws. I played a little bit, like a small stint with them, and yeah, man. So I'm playing with them, and I come back, and one of my boys, Dom, he raps as well. And he's been rapping. I've been knowing him since high school, and he lives out in Phoenix, where I live at now. And he was supposed to perform for Benny that day as well, like the that concert that I went to, as I'm just a fan in the crowd. And
Mm.
so he's supposed to perform for him. He ends up like missing his slot, but I'm still at the concert. So I'm like watching him. So like that's the last time he was in Arizona. That's the last time he performed in Arizona. So the
And
next
you
time
were
that he
there
performed in Arizona, I was there. And then the next time he performed in Arizona, I'm there, but I'm performing for him,
on the
like
stage. That's
on the
nuts.
stage.
That's
Yeah, bro.
nuts.
So yeah, yeah.
That's so crazy, bro. Like that shit is unbelievable full circle moment. And like, dude, a lot of the stuff we would talk about while we train is music. So I know you're a big fan of like true hip hop, lyricism,
Facts.
and like the art of it. So I wanted to this is kind of like a game. You about to be on like a game show. I know you're a hooper
Let's get it.
and you're a rapper.
Let's
So
get it.
I'm gonna tell you either a rapper or a hooper, and you tell me their NBA equivalent or their rap equivalent. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh,
like
okay. This is
I'm
dope.
gonna tell you a
Let's do it.
rapper. You tell me who that person is in the NBA world.
Okay, I got you.
All right, we'll do like five.
All right.
First one, we gotta go. Nah, this Jaw's too easy right now. That's a low blow right now. Jaw's too easy. Let's go. Let's go. Kawhi Leonard, rap equivalent.
Ooh, Kawhi Leonard rap equivalent. Okay, I'm a Kawhi's like my favorite player in the league. Period. By the way, but um, I'm gonna go somebody. Ooh, man, this is tough. I wanna go somebody with like real. Okay, I'm gonna go. Maybe y'all don't know this person, but it's Royce the 5'9". He's like
Okay, I like that.
real lyrical, like to the point. To the point.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. And by the way, this is all off top of the dome. I literally just thought of this as we are doing this, so
That's
it's not
fire.
only off top of the dome for me, but you as well. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's
All right,
fire.
all right. Now we'll go the other way. We'll go rapper, and you got to find the NBA equivalent. So
Equivalent. Okay, let's do it.
let's go. Let's go with Lil Durk.
Oh, Dirk. Sheesh. Okay. He's too big for this name that I want to give. Um, I'm gonna give Dirk. Let's just be real here. Let's be real here. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go like PG, like Paul George. And I'm gonna tell
Ooh,
you
I
why.
like that. I actually
I'm
like
gonna
that.
tell I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so Paul George, because obviously he had that injury, right? But Dirk, he came out in like 2012, right? And then he had that brief hiatus where he just wasn't.
Yup.
You feel? Yeah. So
Yup.
like, so that brief hiatus there, and then he came back and killed again. Same thing with Paul George.
He's like reinvented himself almost. Like,
Man, bro, like
yeah,
almost completely different player after that. Like almost completely
100%.
different rapper after that,
And
for
Dirk was
sure.
definitely different. Like Dirk was rapping in 2012, like Chief Keef style. Now he's
Yeah.
singing, rapping, more mainstream. Like
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. See,
Yeah.
this is a great game. This should be a damn TV show.
That's tough. This is tough. I like this for
All
sure.
right, let's go back. We'll flip it back now.
Okay.
We'll go rapper, or excuse me, we'll go NBA player to rapper. So
Okay.
let's do. Oh, this is a good one. All right, we'll bring it back to Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton to a rapper. Um. Ooh. Okay. We can we can keep it at what I just said. Well, we can do it like this. I'm gonna go Benny the Butcher. A lot of people don't know him. A lot of people don't know Benny the Butcher yet. As I talk to people about him, like his skill crazy. Everybody, if you know him, you're like, ooh,
Yep.
he's actually nice, but he's not like household name yet. So I'm gonna go
Right.
Benny the Butcher. I'm gonna go Benny the Butcher.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. All right, we'll go two
yeah.
more. We'll go rapper now. Now
Tyrese is a
I want to
dog too.
throw yeah, he's tough.
Man.
This one in here cuz it's kind of like I don't think you like this person. If I
Okay.
remember our conversations.
Okay.
Rod Wave. So, if I remember right, you're not the
I
biggest Rod
don't.
Wave fan.
I'm not. It's not. I see the talent. I just can't rock with it. He's just too sad for me. Like, why you sad all the time? Like, my boy turned up like once a year. All right, so all right, Rod Wave for an NBA player. Sheesh. Okay, Dame.
Okay, explain that. Explain that.
Okay, I go. That's why I'm going Dame. Right. Dame is like almost emotionless, but to a point when he is, he like a little like he like throwing shade. He kind of like a little angry about something. So like,
Mm,
um, but he's so skilled, and it's like hard to deny like anything. You can't. Is he always going crazy? Like, he just scored 71. Like
Yeah, that's nuts.
I feel like the skill equivalent, because Rod Wave is really damn good. Like I can't take that away from him. I'm just not a huge fan because I don't want to
Yeah,
see sad,
100%.
like for sure. But but like I feel like Dame is all skill, and like he don't have to have all the extra stuff. And I feel like Rod Wave is that same way, like in
I
a
got you.
sense. Yeah.
That makes sense. I got you. They're both like mellow. They just exist to a
It's
certain
just
extent. Yeah.
yeah, like on their own
That's what
little
it is.
wavelength.
It's
Yeah,
one emotion. It's one emotion. So for Rod, it's a little more like sad. For Dame, it's just like content, whatever. It seems like it's just the emotions never change.
exactly, exactly.
I got that. All right, we'll do one last one. We'll do another NBA player. So we'll go. Who's the NBA player I like? I really like. Um, I like Shea.
Love Shay.
Shea Gildress Alexander.
I love
Who's
Shay.
his rapper equivalent?
They gotta be really skilled. We talked about him, Freddie. Like I said, still not crazy household name. Like some of these players that I feel like he's on OKC, so he can't be household. Like he
Right.
can't be that huge yet. So maybe if he makes a move to like the Lakers or something like that, that's gonna change. But like Freddie, he like almost household name because he got a Grammy nomination, but he's still like, if not the most skilled rapper right now, he's one of them, like top
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I feel like Shea is that same level of skill all the time, very consistent on his game of like, especially now. My God,
He's
man's
crazy,
crazy.
bro.
He's
He's doing
crazy.
crazy shit.
It's just so tough to me for him. Is like how every play you giving me like a bag of moves. Like
A
you don't
whole,
have.
a whole
It's not one
drill.
just like it's not
A
one
whole
one dribble pull up for him. It's
no,
like 4 dribbles into a side step back, up and under. Like, bro,
bro.
chill.
If you
Every
were
play.
starting your training career right now, if you were trying to be a skills trainer, you could just pull up Shea film and be like, that's a drill. All right, I'm gonna put a cone here, here, here. Just the finish. We go do this cone, bop, 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 get to here, get to this finish, and just you have a whole new drill right there. It's like
Facts.
he's nuts, bro. He's going crazy, and I
And
agree. The Freddie is so talented, like,
yep,
but he's just not. The only difference is he's been in the game longer than Shea has. Like
yeah,
he's been
yeah,
rapping for a long
yeah,
time, but it's like he's just now starting to get that like national attention, and
yep,
he's a little bit of a troll sometimes too, which helps.
yep,
But like
yep.
I feel like Shea has that, like he's not a troll, but he has that like that vibe where if he wants to, he could really mess with you like mentally, and so
Oh,
that's actually
for
that's
sure.
actually a good comparison for sure.
Yeah, the age
Um,
thing is probably like the main difference there. Like,
yeah, 100%.
because Freddie old as hell.
Oh yeah, he's my age.
He older than you, bro. He like
He might
40.
be older than me.
Yeah,
Damn.
he like almost 40. Yeah, that's the only
Hey,
difference.
but he's
But
finally getting it together though. I remember like listening to him because a lot of people don't know, like he's from Indiana. He's from Gary. So
yep,
I remember hearing him on like mixtapes that were like local mixtapes, like in 2010, 2011. Like he was rapping the same but different, if that makes
yep,
sense. Like
yep.
he was always rapping like high quality hip hop, but the
Rapping.
beats
He's
the
rapping,
beats
rapping.
have
Yeah,
changed. Like the beats back
yeah.
then were so different than they are
Nah,
now. But
he wasn't talking to the Alchemist back then. Like, he
no,
wasn't on that
no,
level.
he was talking to
Not
some
on
other dudes from Gary probably.
that. Facts.
They had the Fruity
That's
Loops bootlegged on the laptop or something.
man. I'm telling you, I was just working off of it. I just got the real Fruity Loop stuff. So I feel him. Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Before I always like to put people in the hot seat, which is just like random questions. But before
Mhm.
that, I want to just figure out kind of what you got going on music wise. Like what's some some projects we can look forward to. Maybe some upcoming performances, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So got a lot going on, especially very soon. I got a couple joint projects I'm going to be coming out with a couple people. I also have 3 shows coming up. The first one is the 18th South by Southwest. It's called the Fuck It Fest. I'm doing that. And then the 25th is called the Phoenix Hip Hop Fest. I'm doing that here on March 25th, like I said. And then April 11th, I'm opening up for Rome Streets. He's a rapper under Griselda Records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so April 11th, I'm doing that, and that's in Portland, Oregon. So doing those 3,
Hey,
man.
that's
Yeah.
awesome,
So
dude.
yeah, yep.
That's
And then
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I'll
few other
definitely
things
link
in the
up.
work too.
I'll link up the mix or the EP. I'll link up, your upcoming dates and stuff like that. But yeah, that's so cool, dude.
Appreciate
You
it.
already got some stuff in the works, and South by Southwest would be huge for you.
Yep.
Is that in Austin?
Yep. In Austin. Yep.
That's what's up, man. So three dates, 3 states. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty dope,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's
You really
dope.
got this thing going. I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm trying. So
I love it.
we definitely gonna get it together. It's I want to get another like solo EP out this year as well. I'll probably get that out. Date's still pending, but it'll
Yeah,
be out sometime this year for sure.
love it, man. So the hot seat is something I do. It's just random kind of rapid fire questions, similar to what we just did, where we just made up a game show off the top of our head. But this one I actually have written down. So the first thing I want to ask is this is your favorite, not the best, but who
Okay.
is your Mount Rushmore of hoopers?
Okay. It's not
And
that hard to do.
I will defend you by reiterating that this is your favorite 4 players, not
Favorite.
who you think are the
Favorite.
best 4.
Okay. 3 of the 4, I don't care what anybody says, they're still top 3, so I don't care what they gotta say. But Mount Rushmore is 4. I don't have to give who's 1 through 4, by the way. Uh,
Correct. Yeah.
so
There's no
so
order.
so LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan, obviously, and then 4 for me probably be Kawhi. That's the same type. So 3 of
That's
those
nice.
players are basically the same person. So
Literally,
in
just
different forms.
generations
So
of clones.
literally. So yeah. See what type of
I
player I like and why I wanted to be on the perimeter instead.
exactly. Yeah, I see those. I see those players in you. I see the demeanor and the style of play in you. And the next question is the same question, but for rappers. And I feel like it's going to be a similar answer of style, um, same style rappers. So Mount Rushmore of rappers again. Your favorite, not necessarily who you think is the best.
Okay, this might be harder. Maybe not. My favorite. Okay, so Cole, Kendrick for sure, Nas 3, and Tupac.
I love it.
That wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be.
I love it. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
Cole, Kendrick, Nas, Tupac. That's also you could argue that you might have 4 of the top 6 or 3 of the top 5 in there anyway, whether it was your
facts,
favorite or not.
facts,
So,
facts.
um, all right, we talk about food a lot. So I got to know the best wings in Indy versus the best wings in Phoenix that you've had. Who's winning that wing
Ooh,
battle?
okay. This might be a hot take. Ale Emporium. Ale Emporium. Oh my
Ale,
god.
yeah, I knew you were either going to go ale or R&R.
Ale R&R or I can't think of the name of this place, but I used to go there all the time. It's like You know where what's that lemonade place? Flameade. What's the Flameade place
Flameade.
called? Um
It's not Keystone Sports Review, is it?
no. So the it's
I know
like
where Flameade is. I
Rondo's,
cannot picture.
yeah. So
Yeah,
so it's like the place that's literally next door to that place. I can't remember
really.
the name of this place, but I used to go there all the time, and I want to give them a shot. But they are really good. Um, Dang, I can't think of his name right now. But it's like a mom and pop. The guy's in there. He's in there. I don't even want to say it all, but he's in there like by himself all the time. So no security, nothing. He's in there by himself all the time. It's a reason. It's like in the middle of the hood too.
Yeah,
So
he's ready. He's ready
yeah,
for
for
he's ready for
sure,
whatever.
for sure. So beware. But yeah. So that guy, he has like I can't think of the name of this place, but it's cool. El Emporium. I'm definitely going there, and we
You
talked
going
about this
ale?
before.
Yep.
I'm going Ale. I'm going Ale. And here is this place called ATL Wings, but it's not like Atlanta Wings. It's called All the Love. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's fire. Yeah, but so I got to pick between
You
which
got to
one's the
pick.
best.
Yeah,
I'm going Ale just based off of nostalgia, I guess.
yeah. That's
I'm
fair.
I'm I'm
Ale is
biased.
fire.
Ale
The
is
size
fire,
is
and
just
they're
crazy, bro.
huge.
It's
They're
like
huge.
it's the best deal. It doesn't make sense.
I know some people are against like the huge wings. I'm not one of those people.
I'm
Give
not
me the
either.
biggest wing you got, please.
Yeah. I'm not a
But
wing snob. Like I'm not a wing purist. Like I don't care if they're different now than how they were 30 years ago. Like the world's changing. Like the wings
what does it
change with
taste
the
like?
world. You feel me? Like yeah, what the sauce tastes like? I need to know. No, I like that.
what
Ale
is
ale is fire. Ale,
yeah.
man, yeah. People sleep on ale. It's crazy. People go there and get pizza. I'm like, did y'all not see the whole page of wings they have? What
No,
y'all
this
doing?
this is obviously focused on wings here. Like you said, it's a whole page. They have like 30 different flavors. This is what
I've
I'm here for.
never I've never even had a beer at ale. It's
I'm
called
strictly
Ale
tip on
Emporium.
this.
I've never had a beer there. I've only had wings.
Man, you've been going there far longer than I have, as we
Yeah.
talked about. But yeah, nah, crazy. Nah, yeah,
All
I'm
right,
going L for
so
sure.
next
Jordan's if they didn't
question.
have rats. I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Jordan's if
yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
rats.
Jordan's is stamped. It's just like we got to just take a break from them for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I got to get y'all stuff together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's not that I didn't think that was happening. Like you kind of know, like you just know, but
yeah.
it's like you don't
It's the
want
vibe.
to see it, and then when you see
Yeah,
it, you're like it confirms. Like, yeah, I was pretty sure they had rats, but the wings were slapping, so it was like, yeah, it's cool that. But now you see it, and you're just like, nah, I
yeah.
can't go.
They gotta do some. They gotta do some job rebranding.
Yeah, they got the next 2-3 years for them is gonna be rough. They're not gonna get the reviews, the 4-star reviews on Yelp and all that,
Nah, yeah, nah.
but
I gotta thug it out for like 2, 3
we,
years.
hey, the
Make it
city's still
better.
gonna show love, man. We
Uh,
love you guys. It's just you got to take some time to yourself.
no MVP vote.
No,
MVP votes for a couple of years coming
no, bro.
up.
All right. Next question. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Of all time.
All time.
All right. So let me ask this because this is tough. This is tough. Are we just canceling out some of like the classics? Like are they just like the jersey's up there already? We don't have to name this,
Like off
or what are we
limits?
doing? Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't think anything's off limits. I think everything.
All
But
right, all right.
if you need to make it like a top three or like a 1A, 1B, like because
Okay,
you're torn, then that's fine.
okay.
Because I know people be like there's a little bit of recency bias, right? So
Yep.
if one of your favorite movies is from like the '90s, but you saw something you love like 2 months ago, then it makes it hard to choose. So yeah, you can. I give you some flexibility here.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So one for sure, The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, that one,
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, nah, and
that's
like
nuts.
that's one of them for sure. The '90s movie is coming here. I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it easy then. I'm doing one A, B, and C just to let you know. So we're going.
Bet.
so so
Super set.
so yeah. That's the French contrast. The French contrast.
Yeah. I love that.
so so one for sure, Dark Knight. Another one, Limitless. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a very slept on movie. Bradley Cooper, right?
Bradley
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yup.
Bradley Cooper. He killed that. All right. So C. Next Friday.
That's classic. That's
Next
classic.
Friday. That's what I'm going.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a few
two.
that I'm like, I'm gonna be mad after the show, just to let you know, like thinking about this question right
Oh
here.
yeah. That's
Nah, for
this
sure.
is the second episode in a row. There's been a Mike Epps shout out. So
Come on now,
gotta
Indiana
gotta
Mike. You
gotta
gotta put
love
him in
Indiana
there.
Mike, man. Love it.
I done said
Um
Freddie Gibbs already. Like we gotta have
yeah,
the
dude.
Indiana
This
boys in
is
there,
this is great. And you gave Il Emporium the nod over ATL Wing.
man.
So,
Facts.
you know,
Facts.
Indiana is gonna the when I look at the demographics for this show and see where people listen from, like Indiana is gonna be like 99%. Like,
Facts.
this is a question I stole directly from Twitter. So I just thought that I should share it because I was like, damn, that's a good question. Would you rather have $100 million today and live the rest of your life with that money, or go back to the day you were born with all the current knowledge that you have today?
$100 million today for sure. Like
For
that's
sure.
I shouldn't have even paused. Like that's for sure.
Really.
Because the stuff that I went through as a kid, like with being like my knowledge wasn't gonna help back then. It just wasn't going to
Understood.
it wasn't gonna
Understood.
do anything. Yeah, like it wasn't gonna do anything. We were
Be
still
like
gonna
three
have that
years old, like, yo,
conversation.
mom, I think you should invest in Amazon. Like, it's
Boy,
too
we ain't
far
got
gone.
food tomorrow. What you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Facts.
I get
Yeah,
that. I respect that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would probably choose the same thing. Um, yeah, just because I mean, going through life again, just that
That
shit
sounds
hard,
fun.
bro. Life is
That
hard. Like
sounds fun.
I'd rather just have the money, bro.
This is the easiest money I ever made in my life. Like,
Ever.
of course, yeah, no. And then I get to use all the knowledge that I have today
Yeah,
going forward and creating that life for everybody
with the
else. So,
bread. Yep.
yeah,
All right, here's an easy one. Well, not easy, but very simple answers. Do you believe in aliens?
yes. Why wouldn't I? I feel like
100%.
hot take, by the way. If you don't believe in some conspiracy theory, I'm judging you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe in
No,
damn
for
near all
sure.
of them.
Facts. Like,
It's like pretty much anything you could tell me. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
it does. You can make a case for it. If you can make a
So,
case for something for me, okay, I got you.
yep,
I'm not
hundred
gonna say that
percent.
I believe it, but a lot of this stuff is coming out to be true. Like in the past, like year or two, or
Yep,
like FBI documents are coming out. So you thought that like for this whole time that you calling these people crazy, but like they've been right.
they've
They've
been
been right
right.
for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of that happening right now. It's like
Come
in
on
all
now.
the publication we give to that person when they were wrong, quote unquote.
It's not the same.
We're not seeing the reciprocation when it comes out that it's like, oh, he was actually right. Like we owe him an apology, but you never hear about the apology. It's just
Nah,
like,
keep that same energy. Like
yeah, yeah,
give me them praises that you did when you was calling me an idiot or crazy. Like,
exactly.
no, forget that.
All
Hold
right,
a
here's a
grudge
good one, bro.
forever on those people.
This is a good one right here. I'm anxious to hear your answer, but who is the funniest person in Pace history?
In pace history,
Yep.
I'm going. I think this might be easy. I'm going Diamond.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be like
I think that's
he's
easy.
got to
Dude
be.
is hilarious.
He is
Dude is hilarious.
the most. He's the biggest character possibly ever. I think he needs his own TV show. I think we need to document every time he's training. I wish there was a mic on him at all times.
He don't turn it off. It doesn't. It
Never
doesn't go
has.
off. No.
It's
As soon as he
never been
walk in,
off.
it'll start with the handshake. Like the walk. As soon as he walk in, you can tell that it's about to be a day. Like,
Dude, I'm laughing just like thinking about him just walking.
like bro, you can tell. Like oh shit, I know what's going on today. Like this hour workout just turned into 2.5. Like for sure.
Bro, there was a phase over the last couple months where Jaimin, he was in the G League and then he got released and he was just waiting on that next call, right? And so there were times where he would just walk in and he would just be like visibly not what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like he'll walk in like serious, or he won't like make a joke as soon as he talks to another human. Like it'd just be like, and then he would like get mad at people sometimes, like not in a mad way, but like somebody taking too long with like the dumbbells he needs. He'll be like, man, come on, dude, I need the dumbbells, like in a serious way. And we'd all be like, Jaimin, man, you got to hurry up and get signed, bro, because this shit, I can't really be around you like this. Like we need you for the energy, bro. Like you're not doing it the same. So he would always be like, yeah, you're right, man. My bad. I'm just stressed out, bro. But as soon as he got signed, he was right back to that same
right
goofy
back,
ass dude, man. Like,
let somebody
so
else
funny.
be sad, bro. We need you for the
We
entertainment
need.
here.
But the funniest thing going back to Rod Wave is that's all he listens to, and I'm like, it's two of the most opposite humans that could ever exist in every way, and he loves Rod Wave, and he's like the most happy human of all time listening to that.
He also listened to Kevin Gates too. And I want to say this, I'm about to blast him out on public. For him to be listening to Kevin Gates is a problem, and I'm judging him for it 1,000%. The stuff this man Kevin Gates talks about is off the wall every single
Dude,
day.
hey, that man Kevin Gates, he's a different breed right there.
I can't let him in my ear, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just uncomfortable for me.
He says some shit that make me want to go back and watch like a PG-13 movie or something.
Facts. You ever seen that? It was like a meme where dude's like, he like takes something out of his ear. He's like, every time I listen to Kevin Gates, I'm like, bro, what the?
Oh man! Hey, shout out to Kevin Gates and Jaimin Henson. Two very opposite people, but I agree, man. Jaimin probably the funniest person in Pace history.
Facts. That's an easy head
yeah.
nod. That's an easy nod to him for sure.
For sure. All right, last one right here. More food. We're bringing it from kind of Midwest to West Coast. I want you to start one, bench one, cut one. Five Guys, In-N-Out Burger, and Shake Shack.
Starting. Well, this is another easy one. Thank you. Starting Five Guys, benching Shake Shack, In-N-Out has got to go. It's terrible.
Ooh, really?
Terrible.
So I don't disagree. That's exactly what I would have done too. But I just was making sure that West Coast lifestyle hasn't infiltrated your soul yet and got you fooled.
I think it's more so like the West Coast knows that it's not that good, but they're biased because they're from the West Coast. You know what I mean? It's like
I would probably honestly like even instead I put In-N-Out in there because you're in Arizona now, but I would probably put honestly like Steak and Shake in that 3, and it would be harder. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been so much harder, for sure. Because
Cutting
Five
Steak and
Guys
Shake
goes
is
to the bench.
freaking hard. Yeah. Yeah. Cutting Steak
Five
and
Guys
Shake is
goes to the
hard.
bench.
So you would
No,
go start Steak and Shake, cut Five
I'm
Guys.
starting Steak and Shake. Shout out Steak and Shake too. That was like my second job ever. I was a server.
Oh,
Not a great time.
nah,
It's not a great
dark
time.
times. That's some dark times
bro,
for sure.
bro. I would not be a server ever again because of that. I no longer want to
No,
work in the food industry because of that. Somebody left
no.
me like it was an older lady. She left me like 4 pennies one time. It wasn't a part of her change that she got back from her money. It was 4 pennies that she just had. Like,
Nah, bro, that's fucked up. That's disrespectful, bro. Like
nah, for sure.
four
I left
pennies
it on
is
the table.
wild.
I left it on the
Uh,
table for sure. I didn't take it.
Oh, yeah, you don't take that shit at all, bro.
No.
That's bad, man. So, all right, you got through the hot seat. Let's before I let you get out of here, just kind of tell everybody where they can find you, where your music is, any websites or social media that you have.
Okay. Um, well, DeMari Davis 4 on Instagram, or you can look up Still Mari. That'll work either way. Um, my music, you can just look up Long Shot EP. You can look that up on anything. Really, it's on all distributing platforms, and YouTube, all of that stuff. Got some videos coming out, so be on the lookout for that. Um, and yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it.
I love it, man. Hey, this was
Yeah,
fun, bro. I'm
hell
excited.
yeah.
We did this, man. I'm proud of you, and I will definitely keep following your journey for sure. Rooting for you.
You too, bro. This shit is dope, man. I'm excited. I'm always excited to like see who else you got on here, what else you're doing on here. So it's dope to see that you're doing this too, as well as being the best trainer in Indy. So
My
this shit is dope,
guy,
bro.
my
Yeah,
guy,
already,
man.
man.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you having me.
And that was episode 20 with DeMari Davis. As I said, former athlete of mine who's now turned into a very successful model and up and coming rapper with a bright future. It was great to catch up with him. I think he's got a lot of great things ahead of him, both in the music and in the modeling. So, super proud of him. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please let DeMari know. Go to YouTube, go to Spotify, whatever you're listening or watching this on. Leave him a great review, leave him some great feedback, and leave him some words of encouragement. It's always great to send this link out to my guests after the show and see so much positive feedback, and they can see that they are making a difference and they're inspiring or motivating my listeners by sharing their stories. So that's all I ask. Um, Leave him some great feedback and positive vibes. If you like this show, feel free to tap back into the archives. We got some great episodes in the archives that you can jump back into and listen to great guests from all over the world of basketball, whether it be coaches, athletes, or former athletes like DeMari that are now doing great things in their career. So, again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll be back with episode 21 next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you.